What's up, you motherfoxing individuals? All right, part two here. All right, so what we're gonna do, I determined we needed a longer push rod. And depending on what was said in that last video, looking back at the footage, I do need that shim. So it'll be a 45 thousandths shim that he gave me, not the 20 like he said. And a longer push rod that I figured out, not him. And then it jarred his memory going, yeah, I think I did have 3.36 inch push rods. Well, we got Speedmaster. Nothing but the best for the old whore who's fast becoming an Asian hooker. So, no offense to the Asians out there. But, yeah, this was $60. And they're hardened push. It said hardened. So, $60 push rods. I was not paying $130 or whatever the hell they're charging for like Trick Flow or whoever. And then I may have waited a longer period of time for those, because sometimes they gotta make them. But I couldn't find 6.36 like he said, but I did find 6.3, and that should be plenty, hopefully. So we'll stick one of these in here and see if we get that 3/4 a turn with the shim. Doing all this crap, all this labor, and $60 just to see if the tick will go away, and I still have my doubts. So let me go ahead and stick one of the, you've seen me do what I had to do here. It's not rocket science, but let me stick one of them in there and see what kind of a crack I get on the old torque wrench. There you go, man. You can, with the keen eye there, you can see that the top one's a little bit longer. And it's like a one piece, not like these other ones that I got from LMR. Just stock push rod, but here we go. I'll stick her in there and see what happens. Here we go again. And that's a 1/4 turn. Oh, we're right back at where we started, man. That was a 1/4 turn. But did the shims and the longer push rods help the lifters and keep them from, you know, ticking? I got 15 more to do to see if my efforts prevailed. Because when I did this the last time, it went tighter. Let me take the shims off. All right, shims off. This is utter experimentation. So there's 1/4. Another little 1/8 of a turn will give us 1/2. And another 1/4 will give us 3/4. Still loose. Another 1/4 is 1, and that's just too many. So, what have we learned? A 45 thousandth shim gets me about a 1/4 turn at 20. But is it the shim that's going to make the difference in the tick? Like I said, I say no. And just like that, I got this side done. So I'm going to go ahead and put the cover on this, obviously, and then take that cover off over there. And we will be on our way to see if this works. Did I say I have my doubts? May have said that a few times. What am I doing? Talk about not paying attention. Alright, now we see something that's not China, because these are Chinese, that's Chinese, this is Chinese. China. And now we got push rods. Those ones are probably from China too, so just so you know. But China, actual Ford Contour fans from an SVT Contour. China. Let me go ahead and start the process. I think these are up already. Yeah. We'll pull those out and start shimming them and put the new push rods in. Alright. And yes, if anybody's wondering, I am putting a little bit of assembly lube on these push rods before I put them in there. And then usually, guys, when it's zero lash is when you can't turn this thing anymore. I mean you can go in there and be technical about it, I guess, but it's pretty much when it stops. You can't turn anymore with your hand. So go in here and just see if the push rod lifts up. It don't. Does it turn a little bit? Yep, that's zero lash. So just center it on the top of that. Grab the old torque wrench. Yep, I don't want that sucker to move off center for me. Right there. Okay, we're about at a quarter. It's about to snap, so there it goes. I'm gonna give it a little more of a yank on it. So there you go. Now what I used to do is when one was coming up, the other one was down. But I've learned since then, I mean, people will say all kinds of shit about this, but I've just learned they're both, when they're both down, they're both down. You know what I'm saying? So it's fine. You can do it like that. I'm sure there's somebody out there gonna say, no, you can't do it, like, whatever. Do it on your car then. But anyway, I'll do one more here with you, and then I'll just go ahead and get the rest off here, and we'll just get it done. Take this over. I'll just go lay it on the bench, so it's not got no place to put it. I mean, when you first do this, you're really nervous about it, technical and all this bullshit. Once you've done it a few dozen times like I have, it's really not much of a big deal. Instead of trying to center that on the pedestal, that spring there. Okay. More. There we go. Got the jet propane on. That's not true. It's under the heat lamp here, so yeah. There we go. It's warm in here. It's about, over here it's about probably 55 degrees. I don't know. There you go. Got them all done. Yeah. Let me put the valve cover back on her and see what we can do about getting her started. Alrighty. Spark plugs are hooked up. This was unhooked, but it was sitting cold. We'll see if it starts. You can sit here. I mean, we'll see if the ticking's gone. I've done told my piece about it. So, you watch the old whore here. Interesting. Always does that.
starting is it hadn't been started in a long time, so I think it was just trying to cycle through the fuel through the line. But battery's unhooked and it's out here in sub-zero temperatures here, so. You hear that? She finally kicked down, and yeah.
I think the phone's louder.